Emotional dependency often develops when a person begins relying heavily on another individual for reassurance, stability, identity, validation, or a sense of emotional safety. It is not simply caring deeply about someone. Healthy attachment allows two people to remain connected while maintaining separate identities, boundaries, interests, and emotional resources. Dependency becomes problematic when another person's presence becomes psychologically necessary for feeling secure or worthy. The person may constantly seek reassurance, fear being alone, overanalyze changes in communication, sacrifice personal needs, or become excessively focused on maintaining the relationship. Their emotional state may rise and fall according to another person's attention, affection, availability, or approval. A delayed response can create anxiety. Emotional distance can feel like abandonment. Ordinary disagreements can feel like threats to the entire relationship. Beneath these reactions is often a deeper fear that separation will expose an unbearable emptiness or confirm a belief of being unworthy of love. Emotional dependency can develop through inconsistent affection, abandonment, emotional neglect, unstable relationships, chronic loneliness, or experiences in which connection was difficult to obtain. When affection has historically felt uncertain, the mind becomes intensely focused on preserving it. The person may gradually abandon their own preferences and boundaries because keeping the relationship feels more important than protecting the self. Over time, love becomes intertwined with fear, and connection becomes something that must constantly be secured rather than freely experienced. The hidden roots of emotional dependency often lie in an unstable sense of self. When a person has difficulty feeling valuable independently, another person's affection can become a psychological source of identity. Being loved provides reassurance that they matter. Being needed creates significance. Being chosen creates temporary security. But this makes emotional stability dependent on circumstances that cannot be completely controlled. The person may become frightened by independence because independence creates the possibility of discovering who they are without the relationship. They may tolerate disrespect, ignore incompatibility, suppress opinions, or remain in unhealthy situations because separation feels more frightening than unhappiness. This creates a painful paradox in which the desperate attempt to preserve connection gradually destroys authentic connection. Dependency can also place enormous pressure on the other person because no individual can permanently regulate another person's emotional stability. The healthier path begins with rebuilding internal sources of security. This does not mean becoming emotionally detached or pretending that relationships are unnecessary. Human beings need connection. The goal is to develop enough self-trust that connection becomes enriching rather than psychologically compulsory. A person can love deeply while maintaining boundaries. They can miss someone without losing themselves. They can experience loneliness without interpreting it as proof of worthlessness. They can receive reassurance without requiring it constantly. They can remain committed to a relationship without making that relationship their entire identity. The deepest freedom comes when the fear of losing another person becomes smaller than the trust placed in oneself. Love becomes healthier when it is based on choice rather than emotional survival. A secure relationship is not one in which two people cannot live without each other. It is one in which two people can stand independently and still consciously choose to remain connected. Emotional dependency begins to weaken when the individual discovers that another person can contribute to their happiness without being responsible for creating it. That distinction transforms attachment from desperate need into genuine connection.